everybody? Welcome back in the Golden Tee Lounge. It is Tuesday. It is the evening. Hopefully you are off work and enjoying, relaxing at home, playing Golden Tee, playing Golden Tee Mobile, having a cold beverage or two, whatever the case may be. Thanks for tuning in. Kevin Lindsay here. We're going to bounce around a little bit. We're skipping Dodge City for our next set of live streams for new tees and new pins on the 2020 courses. Now, we're not completely skipping over Dodge City. We're just going to bounce around over the next couple of days. Thought that Lake Powell would be a fun one to play, so let's get started. If you guys have questions about the new tees, commercial game stuff, home edition stuff, mobile worlds, whatever the case may be, shoot us a message in the comments. Tag a friend, share the video. Nice setup here on hole 1, Lake Powell. Distance is going to be a little bit shorter, but you don't want to go hanging out in the dirt area here, or maybe you do. It's actually not a bad idea. What I'm going to do, just for fun, and this is actually an invite, so hopefully I don't script too much, I am going to hit an A1. I didn't really hit it as hard as I wanted. Alright, so it does count as a rock, so it's just going to give a nice little push off there. Not a bad look there. Now this one, I was hoping it would be more the closer looks here for hole number 2. It is a little bit longer of a look, but the benefit is you are aimed directly at this little fairway path here, instead of being turning left to the right and being offset. So it should make life a little bit easier for some players. Stop. See, now the key is I want some great shot points. We want some hole outs. Todd, you should have been watching yesterday, my friend, because I hit one. I think I might have hit 2 on Grand Teton. But hopefully we can get some here on Lake Powell as well. I would really appreciate it. Rich, appreciate the love on the new tees. We'll share that feedback with the team. You know, we enjoy hearing that. It was a bit of a wait with the whole COVID-19 situation going on in the world. Just a little bit too far to the left. But we are starting to get back in a rhythm here. The data we're getting every day, myself, Adam Kramer, a few others checking that data of gameplay, what people are playing, how many games communicate with us, how many games are actually getting play, all that stuff. We are checking that every day and making adjustments to the daily contest, the prize pools, money shot, home edition events, all that. It is June. It might not feel like June, but it is June, so we do have to take, you know, it's getting nice out. People are going out a little bit more. But everything is on the up and up, and it's actually looking better than it normally would around this time of year. So we are really excited. We got some fun things planned. Closest to the pin, we'll be hopefully making a return to the commercial games not too long. We are just we're just working on a few fun things to make it a bit more competitive and more fun, and hopefully, you know, get some of you players back in that. Shane, long time no see. Give him a hard time because he's my cousin, but thanks for joining. So, Rich, 2021 is still on schedule. We are actually ahead of schedule, even with the working from home situation we've had the last, well, exactly 3 months or close to it. So still tentatively scheduled for September of this year, just like it has been for a while. But hole 4, this is a fun one. I can't remember because I know Lake Powell was giving me a tough time. I did end up, excuse me, I did end up reshooting the video a couple times because I made some silly mistakes. So I'm trying to remember if I showed this to you guys or not, but a bit of a rock there in your way. So even though we are kind of flat with the green in terms of elevation, maybe the green's actually a little bit more elevated, you still want to be careful with this. You don't want to overhit it I'm just doing a 10.5 degree driver to be safe. I thought I hit that a little bit softer, but maybe not. And there we go. Kind of saw that coming. Also should not have eaten dinner with my right hand before before trying to chip, but that's my own fault. Rob, good luck with those new tee boxes, my friend. It will be challenging. It will be fun, but it will definitely be different. Everything we've heard so far has been really positive. Michael Metcalf, Worlds is not postponed until next summer. Worlds was supposed to be this coming weekend, which feels so weird to say and be standing here in my own house, still working from home, playing Golden Tee for all of you. Working on the plans for that as we speak for both the Mobile World Championship and the obviously the Arcade World Championship as well. So no new date right now, but believe me, it's now that Vegas is back open as of I think a day or two ago. It will be a little bit easier for us to communicate with our partners and figure out a plan. And as soon as we have any form of a plan or know when, you know, our partners at the Orleans or one of the other Boyd gaming locations will be available to get something together, we'll let you know. We still have a lot of qualifying spots to give away on the commercial side. So, you know, we want to get that kicked back in gear as soon as we possibly can. RJW, none of my shots are making it to YouTube. Anyone else having this issue? If you're having a connection issue, I have not heard of one recently. If you're having a connection issue with YouTube, go to your Livewire or Caddy account and disconnect your YouTube and reconnect it. And then as soon as it goes through that reconnect process, it should automatically start processing those videos. If it doesn't, feel free to just shoot us an email on the GoldenTee.com website or through the Caddy, and we'll get it taken care of for you. Hole number 7. This is a fun tee box. I don't believe we saw in the preview videos. A little offset, but you don't have to worry about these rocks being in your way. I don't want to say you don't have to worry about the water, because there is water if you try to backspin this up too, you know, too cute, as I'm known to try to do. But in this instance, 5 wood with bite. Should have hit that a little bit harder. Did not factor in the elevation change, which of course is going to make that bite have a little bit more backspin tendencies. But still, eagle opportunity. Very, I wouldn't say very easy, but a lot easier than it was before. Now, I like this look here on hole 8, the par 3, just because I have a lot of green to work with, and I'm not trying to fight to get a shot to land in between the rocks and the sand like you somewhat had previous set of tees. All right, now this is something that Jim Zielinski, our Golden Tee co-creator, lead course designer for every year of Golden Tee, he's done this a little bit over the 2018 and 2019 courses, but I'm pretty sure that almost every course this year now has a par 5 that has been turned into a drivable par 4 with new tee boxes. So again, little offset, shouldn't be a problem, should not have hit that so hard. But we're on the fringe, that's all I wanted. So still an eagle opportunity, much easier. You're not having to get too crazy with it. I am one off par from hole 4 because I hit that a little too hard. But again, wanted to be careful. Probably could have hit the 10.5 degree driver without a high tee, but c'est la vie. All right, hole 10. You can see based on that top-down view on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, we are, you know, as far back in that rough as we can be, 356 yards. Now, there is still a big elevation change from the tee box to the green, but you want to make sure that you don't hit those rocks, because I think I speak for everybody when I say you hit those rocks, short of a miracle that happens maybe 1 out of every 10 or 15 games, you're probably going to end up in the water, chipping for birdie, hoping to save par with a putt. Now this one, just to be safe, I'm going to high tee my 9.5 degree driver, but I'm also going to place that tee back, and I just want to land it there on the green. Some shot points would be good because I really need them. 6 feet, no shot. Oh, that was beautiful. 6 feet. You guys saw it. I was 6 feet away, and then when I put my putt in, it said I was only 5 feet. It's a conspiracy theory. Now, hole 11, this is one where you could have a drivable look, from the right-hand tee box, where you hit an A1 out there. Not going to have that here, at least with this new tee box that we're seeing. We'll probably get about 2 or 3 of our Lake Powell contests in today to try to give you guys a really good preview of what could be out there when you get a chance to play. John Totora, good to see you, or kind of see you, hear from you, my friend. Hope everything is going well at Tailgaters. Hopefully you had a chance to spin a few games here or there. Now, hole 12, this one is, I love this because you go from a 300-yard par 3 to now a 230, 40, 50-yard par 3 as well. But, much easier when you have a wood tee shot and you're coming down a little bit of an elevation change versus trying to go up with the previous set of tees and pins. You got to make sure you're... Oh, that's not... Okay, good. I wanted bite, and I definitely did not pay attention to that, and I hit that chip way too hard somehow. And thankful that we hit the stick so I could putt in for par. Hole 13, par 5. This one's going to be a tough one for a lot of players depending on where that pin setup and, of course, the wind. 596, basically 600 yards. It's not bad, at least for me in my head, because I have this hybrid. Could honestly probably get away with hitting a 5 hybrid with no spin, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is just pull back to the B a little bit, hit it too far to the left, and say goodbye. Alright, that was a terrible par. Alright, hole 14. Again, this one more fun to me because you're going down elevation change instead of up. Dave Sandmeyer, thanks for joining, buddy. You got an up 8 slope with a little bit of right 2. But, again, you have an elevation change. I'm just going to go ahead and hit this with the 9.5 degree driver, let that green slope play. Oh, look it. Another 6 feet. No shot points. Now, hole 15, this was one of the first fancy hole-in-ones, I'll say, when, I can't remember who, it was somebody in Minnesota, maybe Luke Nelson, hit a ridiculous ace that bounced off of a few rocks and ended up landing on, obviously right in the cup. That was shot of the week. Probably deserved to be shot of the week for a few weeks. Now you're going to get a much, much, much longer look. Hole 16, this one I'm looking forward to, although I did get the positive text message that it was bad. Alright, so hole 16, this one you are now coming at it from the angle, the side. You have a pin on the left-hand side of the slope, or the down slope, so to speak. I am am going to just do my best to land on this very thin top part of the green, let it roll down, and hopefully in the cup on the live stream for all of you to see. So far, that actually looks pretty good, but it's not close enough to the pin. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, that just lost me the game. That sucks. And we're going to do the same thing. Well, it's good. So we went from an eagle to now a double bogey. So I don't think that I'm going to be winning this invite contest. Short look here on hole 17. Nice little 60-mile-an-hour wind. That 5 hybrid is going to really help slow the ball down. Neil, I am using the grabber golf balls. And then hole 18, this one is going to get a little bit longer. You still got to be careful that you don't overheat your tee shot, which sounds like a stupid mistake I would probably do. Surprised I didn't. Now, this is the first time I have seen a pin on the left-hand side. Really glad that after double bogeying what should have been an eagle on hole 16, that I had 3 6-feet no shotties. All right, well that was just awful. So we are going to we're just going to go straight to game 2 on Lake Powell. As always, feel free to send invites if you'd like. Still pretty windy out here in Chicago. Hopefully the power stays on. But let's see if this setup for game 2 is a little bit more friendly to me. Now, I don't mind the sand on hole 1 because I'm far enough back where it doesn't create an issue for me with that 5 wood. So the course record screen, I forgot to mention this in my previous stream. So this is the hard drive that I use for both test and production. So when I use the start button to skip holes to get to a certain hole for the 9-hole previews or just to shoot screenshots, you know, it attributes a 0 on my scorecard. And so, because I'm using the same drive, it still has that saved as the course record. Alright, this looks a little bit more like one of the original boxes, just a little bit of a different placement. Alright, hole 4, much different setup than we saw first game. This one wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't offset. I'm still going to go for it because I just lost that last game on stupid hole 16. And I know with that wind, the likelihood of me blowing it off the green is pretty low. Hole 5. This is pretty similar to the last look, minus the fact that the wind is kind of 10 in my face, so it's going to be a bit tougher, but still able to get that down on the fairway, which makes me feel a little bit better. Also appreciate the fact that it's a 3-mile-an-hour wind, so I don't have to worry about things getting too crazy. If this could give me great shot points instead of giving me, oh look, 6 feet, no shot points. That kind of hurts. Now if this would go in, I'd feel better. Okay, I feel much better. No need to send that to YouTube because I've got the records right there. So that's now hopefully I don't screw this up on 16 again, but we got a long time to get there. Now this one is good. So complete opposite side. I've got a pin almost as close to the edge of the green as possible in a 6-wood. So now I got to be careful because of course I want to follow my ace up with another ace, but I also have to make sure that I don't put it in the water. I always love getting the nice ace dick message when I'm playing somebody on the live stream. It does warm my heart, especially after I just played so terribly. Rick, thank you for joining us. Good to hear from you. All right, so this was exactly the kind of setup I was hoping to avoid. Now it's even crappier because I'm using a driver. So I've got a little bit of room to stick the green here. And I'm going to fly it. So that's kind of tough with the... you know, with the 11-mile-an-hour wind in my face. To basically negate any good things that came about of that hole-in-one.
Ready to tee off. It's call for one.
Now, hole 9 again, drivable, or excuse me, par 5 that is now a drivable par 4. Another opportunity to maybe get some great shot points here. I'm actually going to take the 9.5 degree driver in and use that 8-mile-an-hour wind to my advantage. Oh! Was hoping that would bounce off the rock, but that's okay. So 13 after 9 bombs because I cannot just shoot a clean game on the stream after yesterday. Now hole 10, this one's a little bit closer this time, 341, but still you have to be careful here. I'm going to hit a 9.5 degree driver medium T with bite. Did not throw that out, or threw that out farther left than I wanted to, but that's okay. Should still have a pretty safe putt. It's down 7 with a little bit of right on it, so hopefully it doesn't roll over, but it won't roll over if you don't, you know, even hit the cup to potentially roll over. Alright, if this could do 6 feet with shotties, I'd appreciate it. Oh, good! Because I desperately need them. Alright, not a bad look here for hole 12. 9-mile-an-hour wind with a hybrid is always a good thing for me because that hybrid, again, like you saw that last hole, not going to Come on, really? Well, at least it didn't roll 6 feet, no shotties. I'm okay with that. Now, this is where it's starting to get a little bit tougher on hole 13. Just because I don't have that generous wind behind my back. So I'm going to have to hit an A1 here. Ideally, I want a hybrid because there's such a massive elevation change here. If I hit a wood, you got to be very careful with it. I'm honestly considering just going at this, and I'm actually going to do that. Well, nah, screw it. We'll just go right at it and see where the wind takes us. Now, of course, I put no spin on it or anything, and I actually hit the shot that I'm hoping. So hey, I didn't screw up another eagle, at least not yet. All right, hole 14, another fun, similar tee box, but much different pin placement. So this one's nice because I'm going to just go ahead and take the 9.5 degree driver, and I am just going to push that forward because I know pushing it forward I can have a pretty clean straight shot. Could have went without the bite, but again, was worried that if I hit that a little too soft, it would end up in the dirt, and so the bite kind of made me feel, I don't know, somewhat safe. All right. This one, I'm not even going to try to get cute with it. I'm just going to hit a 6 wood. Not even trying to get shotties. Just want to get it on the green there. All right, this time, much more favorable pin setup. See if I, well, now I can screw it up again. Like a... Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be kind of in the middle of a club here, so... Alright, this time 640. Long look here. But thankfully that pin is now in the top right, so I can use that 3 wood to kind of cut it. Give it a little bit of a kick. Not going to be close enough for shot points. Yeah, that was the bogey on the par 3 really did not help. Neither did the par on 16, but we'll get one more here before we get going for the night, and then we'll be back tomorrow with another one of the remaining 2020 courses.
Jim and Peter are ready at the first hole of Lake Powell.
This one, just going to crush it. Alright, if we could avoid all 6 feet, no shotties at all costs, that would be wonderful. It's a good sign, good start. Now this is a massively long look here. 341 for hole 2. Making you earn that eagle pretty early. This one we're just going to hit a massive A1. 392. That will make it much easier. That pin being in the back left corner, that's really what's kind of driving the long distance here. Oh, come on. Alright, let's see. Actually, we're going to hit a 3 here. Only because I want to kind of bring this in a little hot. Get a nice little bomb back. A little too hot for shot points, but I'm okay with that. Alright, again, you know, you got to be careful because they've got this rock here. So I'm going to hit a high T10 after driver that did not go as to the right as I wanted to. But I'll take the eagle. Now this time, after having 2 completely new looks at hole 5, this one is going to be similar to what we've had before, just a lot longer. So you're going to have to be careful with your club selection. I hit that a little bit too far, so now I've got to balance my 5 wood versus a 3 wood. Again, elevation change is going to make that bite come back just a bit more. Alright, and now after having really 2 short looks there on hole 6, one of which was an ace, thankfully. Now we've got a similar look, or similar tee box to where it was before, just a lot longer. Hopefully. Oh, come on! How is that not 6'4"? Are you kidding me? 6'4"? I think I've seen that one time. That is definitely getting screenshotted and sent it to the dev team. That is a robber. Highway robbery. Now this time with hole 7, slight elevation change, short look here, 215. So I'm going to come in with my 3 hybrid, but I want to make sure that I hit it soft, so then when it hits the green, it just does that little kick to the left and then lets the green slope do the rest. Wasn't worth messing with shotties, but that's okay. Thankfully, a much better look here on hole 8 than it was before, considering that cost me last game. 247. So the thing that's tough here is I'm not one to really change my club sets up a lot. I know some players do, and those are usually the ones that are better than me, but not always the case. But there's so much more variety in these tees than there ever has been before. it's going to be tough to judge for a while. So it'll be interesting to see what some of the top players say. You know, just make sure you guys are staying tuned to Golden Tee social media as well as the Golden Tee Fan Facebook group that Eric Nelson has created many moons ago with lots of players, thousands of players. So if you're ever traveling and looking for somebody to spin a game with, the odds of you posting on that group and finding somebody are astronomically high. Much higher than me actually shooting a par game. Let's be real. And this is a little bit more of what we're used to seeing, although slightly farther to the right, but I can have a nice go at it with my 10.5 degree driver. Only 305 to the pin this go around. I actually really like this. Oh, I should have hit bite. Jason Faulkner, thanks for joining. Adam Fitzgerald, Zach Pilger, Daniel Tarleton, all friends of mine, thank you for joining us on Golden Tee Fan. I know there's more variety with hole 11 here, and we just haven't had it yet. I know one of them I saw in casual, so that might be the reason why. But that was like a fun, straightforward look right at it in casual. Might see that in the home edition event if we end up using that course or that hole next time. Hole 12, again, nice and short. No more of that 300, 320 far distance. Oh, good, Jason. I'm glad that I have somebody bear witness to that horrible 6'4". All right, 600 yards again. A long shot. Now the problem with this 600 yarder is that looking straight, I am right there at the tip of the rocks, which is clearly going to fall back. So we are going to try an A1 that will hopefully, thankfully, skip. And it did. Actually, I almost went off the other end. Now this is where it gets tough. I'm just going to throw it out there. Hope that the wind grabs it before the rock does. And thankfully, we'll actually hopefully get an eagle here. Almost thought I had that high side, which would have been heartbreaking, like the rest of these courses have been today. Hole 14. Now this one, I'm going to have a nice little wood shot in. Now I got to be careful because I have an up 8 green slope. Brandon's just jealous. Actually, should be happy that I didn't get shot points there. So what I'm potentially going to do is put bite on the 3 wood, and hopefully this is hit gently enough that it goes in the hole while Brandon is watching. Oh, damn it. At least give me shot points. All right. Man, that was tough. That should have been in. Weird. 4 foot and it gives me shot points. Interesting how that works, huh? Alright, this, not the easiest par 5. Now you are basically at the tip of the iceberg of where you could have a tee box here on 15. So you're actually going to be punching a driver out there just to feel comfortable trying to get it on the green with your second shot. Now, thankfully, I've got the 10.5 degree driver, so I can kind of push that forward without pulling it back and let that wind roll up pretty nicely there. All right, this is an actually very favorable look on hole 16. I'm sure I'll still find a way to screw it up. But a nice 6 wood, I'm just going to push that and let the wind do the rest. Please go in. Please stop. Just don't go wet. Oh, believe me, John, we'll have to swing by Tailgaters when it opens up, and we got some stories. Please be a good setup. All right, beautiful. This 5 hybrid with backspin, hopefully right in the cup, or at least slow down for shotties. Oh, come on. Wow, the rare 6-foot putts in for 4 feet. Not once, but twice on the live stream. Wow. That is the things that I could say, but I won't. I mean, I'm still happy to be shooting a par game for once, or at least going into hole 18 before I screw it up. 6 feet? Oh, 6'5" this time. Awesome, thank you. All right, well, that is going to that's going to be it for me here today. Thanks for joining us for another stream of the 2020 courses with new tees and pins. If you guys have not tried it out yet, get yourself a Golden Tee Home Edition today or find a Golden Tee 2020 near you. Stay safe. Again, that course record is a developmental thing. Don't get all crazy with me now, although the conspiracy theories are already run rampant. You should be more concerned that not only once, but twice did I get 6 foot no shotties and it putted in for 4 feet. So, thank you for joining me. Send those invites, and we'll see them tomorrow with probably some Dodge City.